hello beautiful people, how are you this beautiful sunny day? And I hope that you all are having an amazing productive day. My name is Eleftheria and this video is going to be a Q&A. Before we get started, please don't forget to like, share this video with your friends and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now, I asked you a couple of days ago to ask me questions, and I asked you both on Instagram and on Twitter. Down in the description box you can find my links for my social media. And I got some pretty interesting questions, so thank you very much about that. Let's get started. I want to start first with some more general questions that are a little bit more focused on me, but then we will move to the questions that are more about code, motivation, and stuff like that. So if you see me like looking down, it's because I have the questions right here. I don't want to forget anything. So yeah, let's get started. The first question was, how old am I? I don't know why people ask me this question. And also, like, if you're really interested about that, you can click both on Instagram and on Twitter, and I do have my age there. I'm currently 27 years old. In a few days, I have my birthday, and I was born in 1993. So, yeah. And the other question was where I'm from. Well, I'm from Greece. I'm currently in Greece. I love traveling. I've been to a lot of countries. Maybe I would love to live somewhere else, but I am from Greece and I was born in Greece. And now I got like two similar questions. One was if I am an app developer, and the other one was if I am a UX UI designer or a developer. Well, the answer is that I am an app developer. I'm currently working with Kotlin. And before that, I was working again as an app developer, but I was developing with HTML, CSS, and AngularJS and JavaScript. So this is my main focus. But I also do a lot of UX and UI. I'm very passionate about it. I love to talk about it. I love giving advice about that thing. And I have worked as a freelancer on UX and UI. And I'm doing my master's on UX and UI. Very soon I'm going to start to do my diploma thesis on that field. And as you can see, I'm really, really passionate about it. I really love working with UX and UI. And I would also suggest you, if you are a front-end developer or an app developer, to also take some online courses about UX and UI, because they will really help you to be better at your everyday job. Okay, what else? So, when did you realize that you want to work on the tech field? Well, I graduated from an engineering university, which means that I did a lot of maths, a lot of physics, a lot of electronics, and I was really enjoying all this stuff. But then I also started learning some programming languages and like some easy stuff, mainly JavaScript. But then I also did my first internship and I started seeing some other things that, of course, like I hadn't done before in the university, and I thought that these things are really interesting. They were like how to build websites, so it was a little bit about WordPress, a little bit about Joomla and Drupal, but I also got into that habit of searching things for my own, like trying to figure out a solution, and I thought that the tech world, the tech field could give me like all these things. I really like searching and devoting my time in finding something new, and I don't think that I could ever do a job that I have to do like every day the same things, because if you are working on the tech field, then you know that every day is like a new opportunity of do something new, learn something new, create something, and I like this kind of stuff. So I think that when I did my internship was the moment that I realized that I wanted to work on that field. Okay, now let's move on to the other kind of questions that I think that will be more helpful for you, because we will stop talking about me. And okay, the first question is, what's the fastest mobile development solution? Well, I am not really sure. Like, there are a lot of ways to build something fast, so it depends on a lot of things. Like, what is this app about? Is it going to be for both Android and iOS? Is it going to be for something else? Are you going to be working alone, like solo, or do you have a team? Maybe one of the fastest ways to build an app is to use like Flutter or something like that, like to use something not native, because you don't have to build it twice for both the platforms. And maybe you can have something like PhoneGap, which produces the same app for both the platforms. So maybe you can even write simple HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and you will have an app. But this is like really heavily has to do with your skills and where are you better at. Like, if you're good with Java, maybe do an Android app, and this will be the fastest way. If you're good with Swift, then do an app for iOS, and this will be the fastest solution. But if you are like a front-end developer and you are good with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, then work with PhoneGap or something like that, and again you will have your app. And also there are other solutions, right? Like React and vueJS. Okay, next question is sources for front-end development. And I also got this question quite a lot, like, what is the best path for a front-end developer and what courses would I recommend? Well, if you want to be a front-end developer, then you absolutely have to know three things: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. These are the technologies that you will use every day. And all the other things that you may hear, like React, Vue, or Angular, they are all based on JavaScript. So it's good to know the basics. And then I would also suggest you to learn like GitHub, GitLab, and obviously Git, because this is the way that you are going to collaborate with other people. And if you are a front-end developer or a developer in general, you will have to collaborate with other people. That's how you go forward, and that's how you develop also yourself. So stick to the basics: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript if we are talking about a front-end developer. And also don't forget about GitHub, and then some soft skills like how you communicate and how to learn, how to be a fast learner, how to be good at Google, which is really, really important. Now, as for the question about which courses I would recommend, if we are talking about free courses, then I would recommend Free Code Camp. It's one of the best out there. But also there are a lot more good courses. I don't always believe that you have to pay for something in order to be something good. You can also find it for free. So in the description box, I will leave a link with some of the courses that I personally have done. Like, I don't mean I have taught them, I mean that I just have participated in them. So I review those courses, and I can tell you with detail in like what course is better at. For example, if you're learning Git, I recently did an interactive course with Git, and I think that it was one of the best ones. So down in the description box, I will leave that playlist, so you can find a lot of courses, and they can be like in your field, because I also got the same question about UX and UI. And again, in that playlist, you can find like a lot of courses about UX, UI, front-end development, even some with Photoshop and Illustrator. So I think I can cover you there. Cool. And another similar question was like some tips on UX and UI, particular how can we minimize the clicks, how we can have like a clean, minimal website, and how we can combine the color better. Well, I could talk about that like for quite a few videos, so I'm not going to go very deep with my answer here, but I would tell you to follow the 10 rules, the 10 UX rules that are by Jacob Nielsen, and I will leave down the description box again a playlist where you can find a course that I recently released, and it's about UX and UI. My best tip for situations like this would be to have some users and let them test your product. I know it can be terrifying, like letting other people watch your product when it's not finished, but trust me, they will give you their raw feedback, and this can save you so much time and so much code and so much money, but so much time. Just give your product to the user and they will help you without even knowing that. Again, another tip would be to go as minimal as you can. Like at first you don't want a lot of things in an interface, you want something simple that the user will just click it and will do the job. That's it. And as for colors, go again minimal. You don't want a lot of colors, and especially if you are a beginner or if you don't have like a lot of experience with color combination, then really go with the simplest colors. And one of the simplest color is white, like black and white. It's not boring, it will do the job. And of course there are a lot of websites that they can help you with color combination. I think I know a few of them, so again down in the description box you can find some helpful tools. Okay, let's go to the next question. The next question is a little bit weird. It says, why should we write plain vanilla JavaScript instead of other frameworks? Like what frameworks to go for? I don't think that anyone like will oblige you to go with vanilla JavaScript. Maybe you're working somewhere and your boss wants you to work with vanilla JavaScript, but obviously you can write like whatever you want. JavaScript is one of the most basic things, and if you are a front-end developer, you should probably know JavaScript. And as for the other frameworks that you mentioned, again, it depends on the project that you want to build and in what you're most familiar with. Because if you are good with vueJS, then you can stick to that. You don't have to learn something new. But if like you want to learn, you want to build something and maybe vueJS is not good enough for that particular project, then try to learn a new technology and work with that. But there is not a clear answer to that question, and if somebody gives you a clear answer, if somebody for example tells you that, you know, React.js is the best one, don't trust that person, because everything, every library or every framework is built for one specific reason, like to do some projects better, but that doesn't mean that it solves all the projects. And other people actually ask me the same question of which is the better library, React.js, Vue.js, or AngularJS. I would say for AngularJS, because it's going to be deprecated, it's not the best solution. So instead of AngularJS, now we have Angular 2, 4, 6, 8, and I think almost 10. So you can go with Angular, but not AngularJS. And of course you can go with Vue.js, you can go with React.js and other stuff as well. They are all cool, and you can, I don't know, build something with all of them. There is not a clear answer here. Which framework I should learn first? I would say like start from the simplest one. So start from the frameworks that are based on JavaScript and not TypeScript, because I would say that you're more familiar with JavaScript, although I don't know you. So I guess that you're more familiar with JavaScript, so find a framework that is based on that. And when you feel comfortable about that and you have maybe a new project, then you can switch to TypeScript and to another framework. Okay, and I actually think that that was it. I got some other questions. Some of them like were very general, and I don't think that it can be very specific. So that I don't want to give a very general answer. And there were some questions that I don't know the answer. Like some people were asking me about PHP, but I don't know PHP, so I cannot be helpful there. And also I got some very good questions. But I want to have like a clear answer and develop my answer more. So I will devote my next videos answering like those questions that are about procrastination, are about motivation, are about brain fog. These answers are going to come really soon. So thank you very much guys for watching this video. Thank you very much for submitting your question. If you have like any other question, just leave a comment below and I will do my best to answer it. That was it. Have a nice productive day. Please don't forget to like, share this video with your friends and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you!